Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the look I did for Halloween. I thought I would film it. I've been wanting to do this look for the longest time and I finally thought let me attempt to do it. So it is Anck Namun from The Mummy. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but if you haven't you should. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so good. It's pretty old. I think it's one of my favorites just because it was one of the first movies I remember seeing when I came to America. I came out in like 99, I want to say, and that's the year we came. And I just remember watching it and just being so in love and fascinated by ancient Egypt. And when I would learn about it in school, like I just found it so fascinating and interesting. And it's always been a dream of mine to go to Egypt. My dad's been there. He would tell me stories about it all the time. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm just doing my base makeup as I normally would. Then I picked up this liquid gold eyeshadow from like CVS. I was skeptical about this, but it came out like pretty good. It's so pigmented and it came out looking really nice and gold on my eyes. And it was pretty easy to work with. I'll try to link it below if I can find it. But this really gave my eyes like the nice base that I needed to put on my gold powdery shadow. I didn't really use regular shadows for this look just because, you know, it's more of like a Halloween look. I wanted to kind of just use body and body paint and like body makeup that I picked up from Amazon. This little bottle of gold like pigment, I bought this from Amazon and it is so pigmented and it's super messy. Oh my god, it was such a mess to use, but if you use it wet it works better. I used it dry just because I already had like the liquid on my eye, so I just put that over top of the liquid gold and it looks really good on top of that, as you can see. So I used that pretty much for my whole like look, my eyes, my face, my body, and it just had a lot of fallout, so it was really messy to work with. If you are gonna try this, like definitely keep that in mind. Then I'm just putting in black eyeliner because that's what she has in the picture. I was trying to follow like the look and be inspired from the picture as much as possible. I'm gonna smoke out my lower lash line so it doesn't look so harsh with like a dark brown eyeshadow, and this just makes your eyes pop so much and it just gives more dimension to the look. I'm using like a big fluffy brush to do it. You can be messy with this because it's like a Halloween look. I wasn't really trying to be like, oh, make it look perfect, but I just wanted the ancient Egyptian aesthetic to come through more, if that makes sense. So then I'm not using regular eyeliner, by the way. I'm using this like paint that I picked up from Amazon and using like a really thin brush to do the liner for this look. So she has like two lines. I was like looking at the picture while I was doing it. Two lines coming out from the corner of her eyes, kind of like an extended wing. So this is pretty easy to do, and the paint was like pretty pigmented. I think it's just because I have that gold eyeshadow on that it was like taking me a little bit of time to do it. But yeah, and then I'm gonna kind of bring that in towards the center of my eye, kind of give it a little black, I don't even know what you call it, like I don't know, you just bring the line in. That's what she has, so that's what I'm gonna do, just like that. And this part got like a little bit messy and whatever, but I ended up putting eyeshadow over it anyway, so it wasn't that bad. Okay, so I did that on both eyes, and then I'm just taking like the same pigments and putting that on top of my eyelid and just smoking that out to make it look a little less harsh and just make everything look gold. Like the overall effect, I just wanted it to be really gold. And now I'm just taking my concealer and cleaning up that black line so it's as sharp as possible. So you could cut a bitch with that line. I'm just kidding. And then I'm taking my eyeliner, just making like a really thin line on my eyelid, just to give it more shape. This liner is so good, but it's so thin that you have to be so careful. But it works really well. You just have to have a very steady hand which I was like trying to get this done in like 3 hours, so I was like rushing a little bit. But yeah, just making that thin line, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just coat my lashes with some mascara. I was gonna do false lashes at first, but then I was like, no, that's not really the ancient Egyptian look. But yeah, and then I just put it on the bottom lashes just to make my lashes pop. Just threw on some blush to give my face some color, and that was it for my face makeup. Now to the really exciting part, which I was excited and nervous for because this was my first time attempting like body makeup, and she has all these like lines that the makeup artist I guess drew on her. I would love to do this on someone else because I know I could do it really well, but on doing it myself it's so hard. So I used tape to help, just to kind of guide me to make the lines that I needed to make. And it's still, my lines weren't straight, but you know, you get the point. The tape definitely helped. So as you can see, I just took that paint, it's so pigmented, and I just started drawing. I was really worried that this was not going to come off of me, but it did. So I'm just drawing a line using that tape as a guide and just, you know, painting it through. I was really scared about how it was going to turn out, but then I finished and I was like, let me just see how it looks. This was so satisfying. Just watch. Oh my god, isn't that the most satisfying thing in the world? But yeah, it came out pretty good. I was pretty happy with that, and I was just gonna go back in and fix it, make it a little bit darker, a little bit sharper. And I also used like makeup wipes in between to kind of take out any like, you know, spots that were bulging out or something. Using tape again to make that second line. This time I was a little bit more confident with it just because I saw that it was working. And yeah, it didn't come out, you know, pretty good for like me doing it on myself. So yeah, I'm just drawing the shapes, the same exact thing that she has in the picture. So this was definitely the harder part. These lines are going to extend to my shoulders, so I just like did a line in the middle first, and then I extended it out just freehand, just because I had no other choice. Putting tape on there was not an option. And obviously this part has a lot of, like, your neck and everything has shapes that move around. I don't know what is that part called? I don't even know. But yeah, I was just using a makeup wipe to make it look as clean as possible. And yeah, you're just gonna see me kind of attempting to draw the lines and clean them up, and then draw all those shapes in between. It's really actually pretty fun and kind of therapeutic because it is kind of like painting. So if you have like time to do this, it's so like it's satisfying to kind of see it, you know, you doing something in it. I'm getting annoyed right there because of that stupid like that happened to me a lot. But yeah, just use a makeup wipe, you'll be fine. And then I also used like Q-tips with micellar water. That really actually helped. That was to like clean up stuff. But yeah, like I was saying, it was actually super fun to like do it and see it come to life. But yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good to me for like somebody doing it on their own. And so here I'm just drawing out the rest of the lines and the shapes. I'm gonna speed this up so, you know, you guys can kind of see it come to life. But this took a while, but eventually, and it looks really crazy right now, eventually it did come out good. So I drew in like the little squares, filling them in, and then I was just cleaning up as I went along. I wasn't gonna do, like, she had body paint all over her body, but I wasn't gonna do that, obviously. I was just gonna stop until, you know, my chest. And yeah, you're just gonna see me do the rest of these boxes, and I'm gonna throw on my jewelry and the bangs and everything, and it really does come together. Like at this point I was like, okay, like it's not looking bad, I'm cleaning it up and I'm gonna put the gold over it. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with it. It's not, for my first time, so, and I didn't really like have a costume. I just did like the body makeup and it still turned out pretty good. So yeah.